ahead and go on live. This is the first in a while I've been on live tonight. I don't do too much on live chats or anything like that. I'm going to get back into doing my sports and everything, but this is going to be a little bit off the topic tonight. Just watching the video on the YouTube and the situation with the Chris Rock situation with Will Smith. I'm going to say you never talk about another man's wife. And I don't care what the situation is. Chris Rock was wrong for what he said. I I'm going to say this. I think Will Smith, and he's a great actor. He's a great person. I never met the man before in person or anything like that. Never even met Jada before, but I have to say that that was very unfortunate. And the one thing I can say, and I'm hoping that people on Facebook Live can be able to react. Anybody have any reactions? Please say so tonight while you're on. One thing I gotta say is this: Will Smith. If it was me, I probably would have done it differently. I can't say because I'm not married or anything like that. But if anybody making jokes on my wife, I will feel different about that because some things you can joke about, some things you can't. And I gotta say, dude went off, and I'm sorry, but if I was Will Smith, I probably would have felt the same way. Um, it's just my expertise on that. I'm glad that he did win the Oscar tonight. Congratulations to Will Smith. Wish you the best of luck in that movie. I never got a chance to see King Richard. I was going to watch it the other day, but then I got caught up with work. I might get a chance to watch it when I get ready to before I get ready and start work or anything, or after work tomorrow night. I know it's just on HBO Max. If you guys don't have HBO Max, please get it. It's definitely worth it. The only thing I gotta say about this scenario tonight is one thing about it: you don't never talk about another man's wife. The comment that he made, and I'm not gonna air it out because I don't want to get copyright infringement or anything like that. But what I can say is, dude, you never want to say that about another man's wife. And the way that Will Smith stated to him is said, "Keep your name out of my wife's." Well, the expression. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. That's just me. I'm gonna. I need to say, I know everybody's probably in bed, tired, and everything. Some of you probably watching. If anybody have any comment, yes, Miss Juanita, how you doing today, Miss Juanita? I would have done the same thing. I'm gonna be with you. That was very ugly for what Chris Rock said, and I'm gonna put this out live, out in front of everybody, and just say my reactions towards it. I don't know if I'm gonna get any viewers on this. If Will Smith was going to watch this, I want to say to the guy that I would have done the same thing. That's very ugly on what you do towards another man's wife. Even if I was a comedian, and if they wanted me to do a punchline like that, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to disrespect someone based on the fact that, oh, I'm going to say this and what he's going to do. No, that was very ugly. And Will, man, I'm sorry, bro. That is very ugly. Miss Juanita, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the super like. There you go, Miss Juanita. Uh, Miss Juanita, how you doing today? How you been? You still at Altran? And if you are, please say something to me. Let me know. But getting back into the entire situation, guys, that was very highly unfortunate for Chris Rock to be able to do that tonight. Because one thing about it is this: you don't disrespect another man's wife like that. Calling Jada GI Jane too. And joke or no joke, Jada has a condition. I don't know what the illness is. I can't quote on what type of illness it is. If you guys can be able to let me know on what type of illness that she has, you can definitely let me know. I would like to be able to research it, but I don't want to be disrespectful towards Mr. Smith. If that's okay with him, for me to say that, because I like to be very respectful. And I noticed that one day I wanted to get into the acting scene, and one thing you don't do, you don't disrespect another man's wife like that. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna say this, and my YouTube followers, if you guys get a chance to watch this sometime this week, please do so. Like I said, I'm not gonna play back on what had happened because, like I said, I don't want to get copyright infringement. Like I stated to you earlier on the entire situation, I feel like if Chris Rock would have just not said nothing towards Will. He could have just made a gesture after he stated to, I guess that's the director. He could have just left it alone and just said, "Hey, Will, wish you the best of luck on winning the Oscar if you are nominated," or something. But one thing about it is this, guys: don't never joke on another man's wife. That is that is like gunfire right there. And the way that Will Smith smacked him, that was the hardest smack I ever heard. And bro, I gotta say this dude was very ticked off. But before I get off right now on Facebook Live, I'm gonna be on YouTube and I'm gonna do a little bit more comment and suggestions about that. So, guys, here's the thing: Will Smith won tonight. That's big kudos to him. But that's highly disrespectful from what Chris Rock did. And I really would like to be able to comment on that. And I wish that maybe one day both Chris Rock and Will Smith had saw my video or something like that. Like I said, I don't know if it will ever go viral. I'm going to make my comments on it. And I'm going to say this: Chris Rock, you better be lucky that Will Smith only smacked you because it could have been a whole lot uglier. Um, I know Will is a classy dude. He's always been a classy person. He tried, to, try to be respectful in so many different ways. Um, I don't, like I said, I don't know him personally, and I'm gonna comment on that what Miss Juanita said. And therefore, um, the final statement is he's still wrong. He would definitely be wrong. And I don't care how he feels about the situation. You don't do that. You never do that. Never, ever. Guys, here's the thing. If you're a comedian, some of your comedians that are that do jokes on other men's wives, that's like putting fuel to the fire. No, guys, do not do that. I'm sorry, I gotta say this, but that's not that's not cool. Avril, I kind of, I in that situation, it's like a heat of the moment. I give you a heart on that. Avril, I understand what you're saying. August said, worse, Will was wrong. Keep your hands to yourself. I kind of agree with that as well. But, Chris Rock did cross the line tonight, or we should say last night, or whatever the situation is. But I still feel like if you're really going to sit there and say about another man's wife like that, that's that's like putting fuel to the fire, like I said. Guys, sorry about that. I had to type that real quick. I made my little comments on that. Avril Menken, thank you so much for watching my channel. Like I said, guys, that's something that you don't do. You don't never talk about another man's wife. You don't disrespect another man wife like that. It's like putting fuel to the fire. So even if it was a joke, I still don't think that he should have did that. That's something I would have never said on upstage. And if it would have been me, Chris Rock would have got knocked out. He would have got knocked out. Uh, it could have been a whole lot worse. But in that standpoint, I mean, like I said, it's something that a man has to do what a man has to do. That is something very obtaining. And I've always said that if I ever got married and somebody said something about my wife like that, I mean, and I don't like the joke, I'm gonna go up to the stage and tell him, "Look, bro, don't do that again." Or wait, or maybe he could have waited. And some people could probably would say, "Well, he could have waited backstage, and it could have been a situation backstage." But I don't think Will was gonna wait on that. Will kind of smiled about it, like, "Okay, all right." And then when he did a little bit more, that's when Will kind of got upset. Uh, and I did like the comment on what Will said on what Denzel Washington said. I'd say kudos to Denzel Washington. But like I said, that's like putting fuel to the fire towards someone or somebody that jokes about another man's wife. That's nothing that you want to do. You definitely don't want to get into that scenario. And at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not down for that. That Will Smith, you know, I can't say he was wrong. I can't say he was right. And in my gut feeling, if it was me, I probably would have done the same thing. I don't know if my career would have ended just like that for that one night, or whatever the situation is. But it's gonna blow up. Uh, but I'm gonna do a little bit more talk on it on my YouTube, guys. Please definitely go into my YouTube. I'm going to start doing some shows and stuff right after the Final Four. And I'm going to get back into my podcasting real soon. Hopefully, I can be able to work on some talks with Major League Baseball. Try to do some NBA talk for the NBA playoffs, which that's going to be coming up real soon. Final Fours about to be coming up. With that being said, Texas lost tonight. Texas women's basketball lost tonight to Stanford in the rematch, which they beat Stanford early in the season. And South Carolina all over Creighton tonight in the women's session. Men's session, congratulations, U of H, on a great season. Did not come up with the win or anything like that, but I'm very proud of those guys. We got Villanova versus Kansas in one bracket, Duke and North Carolina in another bracket. So Coach K still alive. Just wishing him the best of luck. He's going to do the Final Four talks. I did not get a chance to do it this year. Maybe next year we'll get a chance to do some Final Four talks. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get back into basketball. I'm going to try to do some college baseball this year when the tournaments gets into in effect. I'm definitely going to get a chance to be back doing my podcasting, and I'm going to try to do it like mornings from from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Well, I'm sorry, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. actually. Uh, Hopefully, more likely to be like Saturdays, and then Sundays. I may do some shows. I may do two shows on Sundays. But when football season come back, we definitely going to do some shows. We're going to do late night shows to talk about some of the high school teams, UIL with the realignments and everything. I'm going to get back into those conversations, but I'm also going to do it on Facebook Live, so a lot of people will be able to get a chance to see me do it, as well as on my YouTube. For my Facebook followers, thank you so much for letting me be able to do my talk. I'm going to go ahead and end the show tonight. And if you want to go back on my Facebook page to be able to see on what I just stated, and you guys want to be able to comment, put in your thoughts on the situation tonight with the Will Smith situation against Chris Rock and what he did to Chris Rock. Definitely, please put a comment down at the level. So, with this ending tonight, we are going to close this out. So, Facebook followers, good night to you all. Now, you guys can jump on my YouTube, and if you have any comments, please do so because I'm going to get a little bit more talking to that. Like I said, I don't want to do a copyright infringement on the entire um, YouTube, and we'll definitely get into more details about it. Before we go, let me see what I don't know, Abril. I agree with you saying in a way, and I understand that, but at the same time, while we're on here, if you can be able to go on my YouTube, I definitely would like for you to be basically be able to say what you need to say. Um, Abril, I'm gonna say this: if if it would have been maybe like a Martin Lawrence, it probably would have been different. And I know he wouldn't slap Steve Harvey like that. That we definitely do know that. But I don't think Steve Harvey would have said anything like that. Yeah, Chris Rock is not a fighter, so I don't think Adam Sandler would have done something like that. I'm trying to think of these other comedians. Any of those other comedians, like Earthquake or something like that, he may have. Then again, he may not. If it would have been somebody like a Bernie Mac, God rest his soul, if Bernie Mac was still here, probably would be different. I don't think that that's something that anybody else would have said, but it came out of Chris Rock's mouth. So that being said, Chris Rock was wrong with it. Said special shout out to Andrew, Ashley Terrell, my classmate. Special shouts out to you guys. But like I said, I still feel like he should have never said that. That's something you don't cross the line. Like I said, you don't put another man's wife name like that. That's fuel to the fire. And I hated that this situation happened tonight, but Will Smith made a strong point. He's like, hey, you don't say nothing about my wife. He said, keep my wife's name out of your blank mouth. And he had to say it one more time. But at the same time, um, it is what it is. I can't fault the man for how the situation went. And hopefully, like I said, guys, y'all can go on to my YouTube. And I'm going to be on live on YouTube to finish it off. But with that being said, hey, I gotta agree in a way on what you said, Admiral, in a way. But in another way, I would have done the same thing. Um, well, like I said, guys, on Facebook Live, good night to each and every one of y'all. Anybody have any comments? Like I said, make your comments down below. Say what you need to say. State it, and I'm out. Peace. All right, guys, on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this closed out as well as much as I can. Um, I know it's a while back. A lot of people will make jokes on Will Smith, and a lot of people have said some good things about him, said some bad things about him. You know, certain movies that he should have never played in, certain movies that he should never did. Uh, I've always liked Will Smith. I think he's a standout guy. I think he's probably one of the best actors in the game. And I know it's a lot of people talk bad about his music sometimes. Big Willie Style is one of my favorite um, albums to be able to get. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. You know, Summertime. I think that's one of the best songs ever for him to be able to produce. I know they like to make a lot of jokes about his kids and everything. Uh, Willow, Jaden. I don't hear too much about his son Trey, which Trey played football and he was a really good football player. Um, I think he was in the high school level, and then I think he went off to college. I don't know if he played it down in college or not, but like I said, that's something you don't do, guys. You don't go up to another man's wife and say that. That's highly disrespectful. Chris Rock, you could have got a whole lot worse, bro. But it is what it is, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this out real quick before I get ready and go. Uh, Big shouts outs to my mother, my sister, the family, and everything. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to try to get back into doing my podcasting. I'm going to try to do some AEW talk, some WWE. I'm going to try to get into WrestleMania to do a live show for WrestleMania. I'm going to see if I can be able to do some things for the WrestleMania pay per view just to talk for both Saturday and Sunday live streaming. I'm not gonna show you the shows or anything like that. We're going to just talk, watch the show and everything. Showcase of the Immortals. It's going to be stupendous. Dallas, Texas, April 2nd. I think that's going to be next week. Let me make sure. When is WrestleMania? I'm going to have to check, guys. WrestleMania is going to be coming up. WrestleMania. Okay, April 2nd and April 3rd. That's going to be next week. I don't think. I think Bobby Lashley should be returning back. I'm going to do a preview prediction talk on who's going to face who at WrestleMania at AT&T Stadium. We're going to talk about the big matchup between Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, title versus title. It's the most stupendous 2-night events in WrestleMania history. We're going to also do Stand and Deliver, which in case I think Stand and Deliver is going to be on April 2nd. That's going to be at 12 noon. So I'm going to watch Stand and Deliver first, and then I'm going to watch WrestleMania. So I think WrestleMania is going to start. I want to say, let's see what time it's going to start. I think it's going to start at, I want to say at 6. And then we're going to have people talk about the main event matchup. Like I said, I cannot wait for this matchup between Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. But like I said, guys, I'm going to do a little bit more about it. And then I'm going to do on my Facebook Live to talk about the WrestleMania matchup, which there's going to be a very great matchup between those two guys on that Sunday night. And like I said, I'm going to do a 2-hour video. I'm going to try to see if I can be able to get people who can be able to view my channels, and then you can put money on the channels to be able to subscribe. I'm going to work on trying to get that subscribed for this year. If you have any comments or any statements that you want to say, you can definitely do so. So I'm going to post it on my YouTube. Actually, no, yeah, YouTube, yes, but also I'm going to be able to post it on Twitter. So WrestleMania, I'm not going to be bothered from no one, nobody. Please, anybody who tries to bother me, do not do so. I am not going to return nobody's calls. I'm not going to return on nothing that anybody does. So anybody bothers me, you are not going to be my friend. Actually, it's going to be this week. So that's going to be the week of the national championship. National semifinal, final four. But like I said, we're definitely going to get more into it. I don't know about the Cody Rhodes situation, but I think that we're going to talk more about it. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up real quick. And like I said, Saturday, NXT Stand and Deliver. We're going to talk about the matchups this week. I'm actually going to do it tomorrow night or Tuesday. Actually, I don't want to do it Tuesday because I don't have a chance to be able to watch it on channel, but I really want to be able to go ahead and put it together. But at the end of the night, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. So, good night and God speaks. Peace.